Hello everybody. That was the most hardcore karate wave I've ever given. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm excited today. Well, I'm like unusually excited because it's been an unusually I was gonna say an unusually healthy day. We'll go with that. I'm gonna adjust this thing a little bit so I'm not as crooked. Any better? All right. No, so I seriously. This was not planned, but I woke up at 5:30 this morning feeling pretty rested, which I'm not sure if it's that the baby is finally kind of only waking up one long time a night, or rather than like four like she used to, or whether it's that I've just gotten into such a fugue state of waking up at random intervals throughout the night for so long that just sometimes I wake up and sometimes I'm asleep and I can't tell the difference anymore. But at any rate, I woke up at 5:30 a.m. feeling pretty rested, biked for half an hour on our exercise bike, and then had a healthy snack and wrote for a while and worked on gorgeous bookmark designs a little bit, and then made breakfast for my family and then went to work. And that is way better than like rolling out of bed and going to work, apparently. And then also, I mean, this might also have a little something to do with it. I also had like probably 4 or 5 cups worth of coffee and a cup of tea. Although the tea was rebrewed, so that probably, I think, should be fine. Anyway, my drink today, speaking of tea, is Thai tea. Potentially dangerous Thai tea. I'm always pushing the envelope. Well, you may remember that a while back I was having Thai tea. I probably shouldn't admit this publicly, but this is the same one. But it's like basically just sugar syrup. And it's been in the fridge, so I'm pretty sure I'm good. I did smell it before I drank it, don't worry. So, fun thing today is that I'm working on bookmarks for the Baltimore Book Festival booth that we're going to have September 23rd, I believe is the date. Look it up. Just Google Baltimore Book Festival. We'll be there on the Friday, and it's gonna be really fun. And with these bookmarks, I'm trying. It's almost sort of an anti-marketing. I mean, not anti, but unmarketing. Like it's not meant to be. I mean, I want people to buy our books and stuff, but I'm going for kind of like a stripped down, iconic kind of like almost a visual remix of all of our book covers, of each of our book covers. So there'll be a set of 5, assuming I can do it right. That'll be Deathstream Kingdom, Dreamworld Collective, The Stone and the Song, Hubris Towers, one bookmark for the whole series, and The Dagger and the Rose, which are kind of our main titles. Each one has its own visual style and its own kind of character, and so I'm just finding like a cool either simple image or, again, sort of a visual remix for each one of those, and I think it's going to be really striking. I'm hoping that they come out well, because this is the first time I've like gotten bookmarks printed that I can recall. But they're going to be, I'm really excited that they're going to be like on nice sort of linen finish, heavy stock paper, and yeah, they're just gorgeous. And then the backs have this very cool kind of minimalist design where it's just the Clickworks Press logo in the middle and the title of the book kind of in the with the design elements, how it appears on the cover on one side, and then just the author's name in the author's handwriting on the other side, and no like website or like buy now or go here for a quick 25% off or whatever. So I know we're still small fish and we can't, it's like you could say that the logical thing to do is try and squeeze in like our website or a compelling deal everywhere anybody ever runs into us. But I kind of want to have the mindset even now of a brand that's so cool and so confident, and that will eventually be so well known that I don't need to like bend over backwards to get people to figure out what we're about. I just do what we do, and it's beautiful. I have to be a little careful with that because being a small company to start with, you do just legitimately have to make it easy for people to find you and give them reasons to come get your stuff and all that. But I have this feeling that actually by uncluttering it, not having all that kind of markety stuff on it, but just having a really clean, crisp look to the bookmark, it'll actually be, kind of be more attractive. It'll get more attention. I mean, like, who's really gonna be... basically, who's gonna be, like, looking at their bookmark for cool new book deals anyway? I'd much rather have it be one that people are gonna use and love, and that kind of, like, gives them that special feeling of being a cut above when they look at it, and just kind of build up those associations. So that's exciting. Still working on the other arrangements as well. Also going on vacation in a couple weeks, so that'll be really fun, but I've got to get most of the stuff lined up before we leave. And today is a busy afternoon of meetings, so I'm just going to jump right into it. Today we continue to read from the Dreamworld Collective, picking up on page 125. And you can get this, by the way. You can go to clickworkspress.com/DWC for Dreamworld Collective, and you can get the ebook right there, and it'll also have links to all the other places you can buy it. So the hardcover and paperback are all available on Amazon, and it's really quite a gorgeous book and a fun read. So if you want to read along with me, go grab a copy. Sushi waited for everyone else to leave her sunroom studio. Then she changed her mind. It was all dark, and Otto was still sitting in the corner like a lump, and besides, she'd been working there 12 hours already. Screw the sunroom. She shoved her way past Alex and Summer into the kitchen, and at the spiral stairs she burrowed under Zen's arm like a tiny whirlwind. "Hey!" he cried behind her, but she was already up in the hallway that smelled of grandmother, and slamming the master bedroom door behind her. She automatically flicked the light switch, but of course nothing happened. Sushi dropped onto the huge, flowery, four-poster bed and sank into a puff of bedding that was actually not that unpleasant. It didn't smell funky, just faintly flowery and old. But her mind was whirling. What happens when the contest is over? Summer knew where to hit her where it hurt. What happens? The slump. The death of a successful project. The monumental strain of starting a new one, better than the last one. Never in a rut, never predictable. Can't be predictable. Have to be deep, dig deeper, climb higher, and press them again for the rest of your life. Never stop, no rest, until you become too weak for it and turn into one of the millions of washed-up has-beens littering the shores of art history. Stupid son of a cockroach, she muttered. Incidentally, one fun thing in writing Sushi is I decided that she's the kind of person who never swears the same way twice. So every time she's getting mad, she comes up with brand new angry things to say. Zen plodded up the steps to the tower room. Just when I'd been getting back into a good mood, nice Sushi. Disconsolately, he let the door drift shut and climbed in near darkness into his hammock. He could feel the books past his feet, row after row, waiting. The darkness felt oppressive, and he realized he hadn't eaten since lunch. Food is overrated. That was when he knew for sure, well, suspected more confidently, that something was really wrong in him, some kind of depression or something. Well, he observed negligently, that sucks. Did you see him, boys? He was here, Otto murmured fervently in the darkening sunroom. Yeah, we saw him, said Tanglebait, more or less. We ain't blind, you know, just 'cause we's imaginary. Otto looked around faintly. Where'd everybody go? Well, I suppose we could propose. That is to say, I stuttered Tickleback. Grumbles the troll took over. They left. I believe there was an altercation, Tickleback added helpfully. You mean like a fight? Very much so, Tickleback grimaced. We should get them back, said Otto. Come on, boys, our friends are in trouble. Your friends, more like, squeaked Grip Hook like a miniature cabbie. Shut up, Grip Hook. Now, where's my communicator? Alex prowled the dark street with ferocious energy. He'd been right to break it up, hadn't he? They needed some space. It was obvious. They hadn't eaten right. It was still weird being in a new house, no lights, bad sleep last night. Obvious. There was nothing to it. but a part of him still had to wonder if he would have to be the group's dad forever. Sushi was rebelling against him already. Damn it, I'm not trying to be the boss, I just had to break it. He caught himself. She wasn't here. But what was he getting into? And what was that flickery business between Summer and Sushi? Half of him wanted to write it off, just another one of their little sister fights, just hungry and tired. But he'd seen the tears in Summer's eyes. He wondered if he should talk to Sushi. But why him? And about what? But what if he didn't? With a quiet roar of frustration, he paced on into the darkness. Summer sat huddled in a ball on a chair on the porch. Alex was long gone, probably blaming himself even after he'd been the only one to stop a truly terrible fight. And Sushi had hit her right where it really hurt. He's not managerial, she fought back in her head. He's just strong, decisive, whatever. She slumped into herself, gripping her cold knees even tighter. It wasn't like that. She didn't want a boss. Just because he knew how to make things happen didn't mean he was some... But deep down she wondered. Yeah, he hadn't liked Cafe Now, but he fit there. Managing a shop, telling people what to do, dealing with corporate. Perfect CEO material. How long until he went back to that world? And even worse, part of her wanted him to. For a moment, her mind flicked again to a different vision of their life together. Rich, powerful, stable. They could do so much good. And she hated herself for thinking it. Some rebel I turned out to be. Alright. Gotta run. Thank you guys for joining me. I guess that's it. Let me know how you're doing. I love getting comments from you guys. Feel free to share the video if you think people will like it. And don't forget to check out our new YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for Clickworks Press or Afternoon Drinks. We've got a whole playlist set up, and it's gorgeous. See you guys tomorrow, because tomorrow's a weekday, and I knew that because I'm a grown-up. Bye.